Um, is it the other way? Um, how do the camera? It says it's live, but I don't know how to turn the camera around.
Let me see. Just touch it, because it's facing the back.
Okay. Oh my God. All right. All right. So I'm going live at the same time. Hey y'all. Sorry about that. I'm going live on Sister's Instagram. Yes. So it'll say Kari is not live in the group. Oh my gosh. But it'll say Rika is live. And so it should still show that we're live in the group. So we'll see, Father in heaven. Okay. Anyway, we didn't want to have a delay because sometimes the computer shows a delay. So we wanted to avoid that at all costs. So sorry about that. All right. All right. So I'm not sure what it says now because my sister is usually the buffer. All right, here we go. All right, so welcome to Worthy Wednesday, good people. I am so happy to see y'all. I don't know what to do. I feel a little besides myself, and that's the truth. I am very excited to do Worthy Wednesday on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, so can we all just say a prayer because low-key, I totally need a new computer. So before we get started, I am going to I have just a few announcements, and I want to make those announcements first, and then we will get to work. We will do the work. I hope everyone is having a good week. We've made it to Wednesday. Sometimes it seems like we won't make it day to day with the current state of affairs, but we have been triumphant. Thanks be to God for that. All right, so I got some announcements. So if y'all see me looking away, it's just because my notes are over here. So it's cool though. All right. So first of all, I want to welcome you to this Worthy Wednesday. You guys, this is our fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our fifth Worthy Wednesday. And when I tell you, I had no intention, zero intention of even doing something like this or making it a group or anything like that. I cannot believe this is the fifth Worthy Wednesday. Okay, in honor of Gianna Dab. I am so excited. I am secondly more excited because we have 353 women in the group. Yes. So if one of the administrators, either my sister or Chandra, if y'all could just post in the group that I'm live on my sister's feed, then that would be great. Because we had to switch. All right, so we have 353 worthy women in our group. Thanks, sis. And I am happy dance. 353 worthy women. All right, that's all you get for that. All right, now, the next thing I want to say is I got to turn off the comments. If you ordered Worthy Women Wear, I just wanted to show y'all, look how hot it looks in black. Okay, so do the work. And our Worthy Women Wear shirt. If you ordered these, they just came in yesterday. I'm so excited. I will be mailing them out to you so you can get your Worthy Women Wear. I will bump the post up tonight inside of the group. If you want to order the shirts, there's a Google form you fill out and instructions on how to pay, and we will get you a Worthy Women Wear shirt. Now that brings me to our very first ever drawing, and I want to tell you guys that this is a disclaimer. I do not recommend this ever again, but it is so hard to pick 353 women inside of a random name generator and then let the generator pick the names. It took me forever to figure it out, and I was very distracted. Anyway, so tonight I picked the worthy women today, okay? And the first winner is Victoria Franklin. And the second winner was Allison Moore. So I will create a post for them tonight so they can notify me in the group And that way I will let them know what the dealio is. All right. So thank you to Chandra and my sister for posting so everybody will know where to find the live video. Okay. Next announcement. I did something that is slightly creative and I am proud of myself. For real, I am proud of myself. I have created a Worthy Women email list. Guess what it's called, y'all? It is called Worthy Words. Come on! So tonight I will post a link how you can join our Worthy Words email list. Now listen to me. If you're like me, you already get 1 billion emails a day, so having more emails is not really effective. But I want to ensure that people can receive Worthy Words. So you will get an email from Worthy Women once a week. And then when we have special things that are going on, I'll send you an additional email. But these Worthy Words will just be bits and pieces of information to encourage you, to uplift you, to inspire you. And it will also be a place that women in our group can testify and share their story about Worthy Women and what they've learned while they've been in the group. So I will post that tonight, how you can join Worthy Words. Oh yes, oh yes. Anyway, and the very last thing I want to say before we get to work tonight is thank you so much to everyone who is a part of the Worthy Women community. It is absolutely been one of the joys of my life to be a part of this community, to be a part of this community, to be a part of this family. I have so enjoyed talking to so many of you. Some I know, some I don't know, and I absolutely love it. You guys don't know how much of a blessing it is to me, how often you encourage me, how often you say something that makes me think, oh my gosh, we have got to keep our community together. Now, tonight, y'all, I'm standing up because I felt like I needed to be a little bit more limber while I was talking tonight. And after I stood up, I low-key felt like I wanted to sit down. But then I said, it's okay, I'm already standing up. It's fine, I'm already standing up. But tonight I want to, as you could probably see, well, you could see on the other one, the title of tonight's Worthy Wednesday is, This Is Only a Test. Now, I didn't really know what direction I was going to head in this evening. It's been the week has been long, the time has been long, the tests have been difficult, and there were parts of me that felt like sometimes I don't want to be upbeat. Sometimes I don't want to be happy. Sometimes I don't want to be cheerful. Sometimes I don't want to choose joy. Sometimes I just want to tell people today was a crappy day. Has anybody wanted to tell somebody that? Like, legit, let me raise my hand. I am probably the only person that would tell you. There are moments, if someone asks me, Karee, how are you doing? Sometimes I say, dude, I am not doing good right now. And then because we're so remotely trained to say, oh, okay, good, I'm doing good. And then you go, wait, what? What'd you say? So I couldn't really settle on what was happening, but today I realized that most of us are either going into or coming out of a test. And so I want to play you something that sent me all the way back to my childhood as I was growing up. There's something called the emergency broadcasting system. Y'all remember that? The emergency broadcasting system would interrupt your favorite TV show without fail. It would interrupt in the part that the station didn't know, and so it would cut off like the climax of what you needed to know. Did they kill so-and-so? And it's like, mah, mah, and you're just like, are you kidding me right now? So I want to play that for you because I literally went back all the way to my all the way to my childhood when I heard this today.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Okay, y'all remember that? Is there anybody that remembers this is only a test? This is only a test. And all of the times that I would hear that come on the television, I would think, why do they always say this is only a test? And so I want to talk to you tonight that whatever you're walking through in your life right now, a year from now, 5 years from now, that this is only a test. Okay, so growing up, my mom was a teacher and she taught at the high school. So by the time my sister and I got there, she was well known in the high school. My mom was a special education educator and she did that for 25 years. That is a long time. And my mom, because she was at the high school, was privy to our schedule. She knew when we had tests. She knew when we had exams. She knew when we had posters, presentation, projects due. She knew all of those things about us because she was a teacher there. So in the morning, before we would go to school, she would ask me, or she would ask my sister, are you ready for your economics test? Are you ready for your history test? And because I'm such an illustrious student, I would say, yes, Mom, I'm ready. But my mom's response to that was always slightly disturbing and slightly frightening. Sometimes she would say, well, we'll see. Well, because I was young, I would be like, Cynthia, what exactly do you mean by that? What do you mean by we'll see when you just asked me, was I ready for the test? And I said, yes. But there is something that parents understand that children don't understand. And I couldn't figure out what that was until tonight. So, tests. Maybe you love them, maybe you hate them, but the truth is that all of us will experience taking a test at one or two or at multiple times in our life. When you take a test, not just in school, not just in college, you take tests in life, okay? So you take tests in friendships, in loyalty, in relationships, in integrity. You take tests all the time. But here's what I learned about tests. Tests reveal what we know, but they also reveal what we don't know. So when I became a teacher, my objective when I was giving a test or an exam to my students was to see what they really knew about the material that I had been teaching them, but also to reveal to them what part of the material they didn't know. Not that they didn't study it, but they didn't know it. Because a test is only as effective as the results that you receive. And so I used to think when I was younger and I was a new teacher that if I had 68 or 70% of my students get an A on that exam, let me pat myself on the back. Corey, you killing them right now. Let's go. But then I began to realize that those students were not really knowing the material. What those students knew was enough to get them the grade they wanted on the test. Now, what's interesting to me is that although life is not a math exam or a calculus exam or an English exam or a history exam, life's tests don't always give you the best grades. So I had to really start to dive in a little bit deeper because I wanted to understand in my mind why I feel like every single thing, every single situation is a test. It's testing me to see if I'm ready. It's testing me to see what I know. And then I thought about one of my most favorite experiences in high school, and I hope you can truly hear the sarcasm. It's when you would walk into a class and the teacher would say, "Clear off your desk. We are about to have a pop quiz." Okay, commence eye rolling, commence throwing my stuff on the floor in the classroom, because I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? What do you mean we're having a pop quiz? We have a test in 2 weeks. Why are we having a pop quiz? You haven't even taught us all the information that we need to know in order to pass the test. But tonight I learned that a pop quiz requires you to immediately prove your readiness. I said, wait a minute. A pop quiz is an interruption to your normal schedule. See, you walked into the classroom. What's up, teach? How you doing today? All right, students, we're going to have us a pop quiz. So your entire demeanor shifts because you don't know what the test is going to be about. And your only hope is that whatever the questions are, is that you have some knowledge base about these questions in order for you not to fail this pop quiz, because the effects of you failing can linger on throughout the semester. In life, we have a lot of pop quizzes. A car accident. We lose our job. Right now, we're in a global pandemic. We end up with a medical diagnosis that we weren't prepared for. We get a divorce. These are pop quizzes that come into your life to test your readiness. Are you prepared to deal with something that hits you out of the blue, that hits you because you have no ability to prepare? Y'all, I was like, I failed quite a bit of pop quizzes in my life. Quite a bit. But always my saving grace as a student was, oh my gosh, if we only have 6 pop quizzes but 4 exams, my thought process was the exam is worth more, right? Right? The test that I'm really studying for, that's worth more points than these pop quizzes. So even though I wasn't ready, I still have time to prepare for the big test that's coming, because that's what we think is what happens in life. If we get a pop quiz, something happens and we're not ready, we think that's okay. I'll cut my losses with that because I will be ready the next time a test comes. But the reality is that you could never be ready for a test because you are always supposed to be in a place of readiness. See, a pop quiz requires that you are ready right now. Right now. Right now, if you lost your job. Right now, if your bank account went into the negative. Right now, you are supposed to be ready. So I was like, well, I'm not ready for any test, and I'm certainly not ready for any quiz. So here's what I learned. When I take a test, and I don't know about you, maybe this is just me, I am the queen of procrastination, okay? I am really good at talking, no pun intended. But I am also really good at taking just a little bit of what I know and expounding on that in such a way that I can convince the teacher that I know what I'm talking about. Y'all ever done that? Listen, I have done that so many times. I get that, oh, Carrie, that was such a great answer. I loved how you weaved in the other text that we had read. Well, let me just tell you the truth, teacher. That is the only text I read because I haven't read one page in the book we're talking about right now. But I am telling you what I have learned is this. When you take a test, I want to know, how are you applying the material to your life? See, teachers are hip to the game now. Before, they would be like, oh, okay, well, they remembered everything that I taught them. They were able to say it back to me. They answered these questions with part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. But then teachers started doing something that was a little tricky. Y'all know what they would do? They would carry over material in order for the test that's coming up after the one you're taking right now to still be connected to the material that you learned on this test. And I just said, wait, hold on just 1 second. Is that what's happening in my life? Sometimes when I am taking a test about relationships, when I pass this test, that same information transfers into the next relationship I have to see if I've really learned how not to be selfish in this relationship. Wait, hold on just a minute. Are you telling me that the test continues? I was like, the test continues? Teacher, what are you doing? Once I've already learned this material, why are you asking me to carry the knowledge on? Why are you asking me to take what you taught me right here that was life altering? When something happens in my life and it's life altering, why would I want to carry that knowledge further? Oh my God. So then I thought, how in the world does that matter? And it matters because the application of the knowledge keeps you ready. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If you apply what you learned in the last test into this test, you will always be ready. Oh my God. So then I was like, listen, I'm not really down for tests. Like, I don't know if y'all are. Like, some people love to take tests. I don't know those people. But I kept thinking, I am tired. I am tired of my life being a constant test over and over and over and over. And so then I begin to think, well, maybe it's just me. Like, maybe I'm the only person who feels like this. Maybe I'm the only person that understands what it's like to be in a test 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I said, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe everybody else is learning from the pop quizzes and learning from the prior tests and applying that knowledge. And maybe I'm just slow. Maybe I just don't understand what I really should be doing with this knowledge. And so then I thought, oh my God, I said, I want to know if I'm the only one in a test right now. Like, I said, well, maybe it's just me in a test. Right? I mean, I'm just raise my hand for me because I feel like I literally go from test A to test B to test C to test D. Then I have 48 pop quizzes in a row, and then test E comes. And I am telling y'all right now, I get tired. See, when you cram for an exam, I'm really good at that too. The next day, you do what they call a brain dump. All you do is dump that information out, and you are tired. You're tired because you used all of your cognitive faculties to learn that information well enough to repeat it. You didn't learn that information well enough to apply it to your life because you don't want to do that. Hello? That's not what we want to do. We want to take what we're going through in the moment, cram it all in 24 hours before or 3 hours before, and dump it out and keep walking. Sometimes that's what we do to each other. If we don't like what you did, if we don't like the interruption that you brought to our life, we will take whatever we need to put you in that place and dump you off somewhere else. And so I said, what happens when I get tired of taking tests? I was just, because is it just me? Like, I don't want to be tested in my life all the time. Sometimes I can be a little bossy. But I don't need an experience to teach me that I need to be less bossy. I just need to recognize that times, Kari, you should be less bossy. But sometimes my bossiness causes me to treat people not kindly. So then, oh, there it is. I have a pop quiz because I need to get that in check. So here's, for those of us that are working on and believing, trying to figure out, does our faith really work? I learned today, I knew it, but I learned it today, meaning I actually applied it to my life. I learned that faith is not like a cramming mechanism. See, sometimes we only use faith or hope or belief or prayer when a test comes. Now, I'm not going to talk about y'all, okay? Because my dad always says when he would speak, never talk about people, only talk about you because you can't get in trouble. But I can tell you that there are times in my life when my prayer life is really good. And if you call me, chick, I'm praying for you. But then there are times in my life that my prayer life, not so faithful, not so hot. Not because I don't recognize the need to be prepared. It's because I'm not in a test or I haven't had a pop quiz in a while. So I feel like I don't need to be ready right now. I mean, maybe no one else has ever done that, but I've done that often where I felt like there's no reason for me to pray or to believe God or even be faithful in anything because I'm not in a test right now. But isn't it funny when the test knocks at our door? And most of the time, tests, just like pop quizzes, are unannounced. And when they hit our door, what are we going to do then? Oh, listen, y'all. We are literally in a test right now. The world is in a test everywhere. Everywhere you look, people are dealing with things and there is no easy answer. So I tried to figure out, how do we change our preparation? How do we ensure that when a test comes, because in real life, a test is going to come. It always comes. It always comes. When the tests come, what do I need to do? See, a test brings pressure. And it's funny because we always talk about diamonds are a girl's best friend, which they are. Hello. But a diamond is not formed unless there's pressure first. See, I don't want the diamond that's still got the coal and it's got the imperfections and it's smaller than 7 carats. I want the diamond that has experienced pressure. Because see, that diamond, because of the pressure it has experienced, is now battle tested. And because it's battle tested, when the test comes, it shines bright, say it with me, like a diamond. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So how do you know whether or not every time a test comes knocking at your door, you can pass the test? It's because of the pressure that's applied. So what kind of test is it? What kind of pressure is it? Now, y'all know that when you have a quiz at school with your teacher, you got 2 options, a pop quiz. Y'all know how it is. This is even true when you have the exam, because you have 2 choices when the teacher puts the exam in front of you, just like you have 2 choices when the pop quiz is put in front of you. But here's what got me. In life, you have the same 2 choices. So here's choice number 1. When the test or pop quiz comes, you can write your name on it and turn it in. Now, when I was a high school teacher, I had a ton of students doing that. They be like, Miss Copeland, come on, man. I don't know alliteration. I don't know personification. I don't know what a simile is. I don't know how to write a haiku. And I'll be looking at them like, well, where you been? This is English. I don't really understand. Why aren't you paying attention? Every day I'm giving you the tools. I'm helping you live in a state of readiness. And you're telling me that you don't know any of this information? Miss Coleman, man, just forget it, man. Forget it. And they write their name on their paper and they turn it in. Do you know what that's code for? That's code for quitting. See, some of us, when a test comes, we write our name, we turn it in, and we quit. We quit relationships. We quit families. We quit jobs. We quit situations. We quit because we have not been paying attention to all of the preparation that we've been receiving day in and day out that gets us ready for this pop quiz or test. And I just said to myself, what happens when you quit? So as a teacher, I can tell you what would happen. I would tell that student, I'm going to give you an opportunity to do a makeup. Oh, wait a minute. You guys, here's what's crazy. The teacher has the authority to issue the test again. Okay, wait. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I decide when a test hits my life that I don't like it and I want to quit, the maker of the test will say to me, Carrie, you're going to retake that exam in a different format. Because if the goal is for me to pass that test and apply that knowledge to my life so I never have to cross that mountain again, I'm telling you right now, some of us are in makeup exams. Some of us are in tests that we should have passed when we were 20, when we were 22, when we were 25, when we were 27, but we're still taking tests about gossip, about hate, about envy, about jealousy, about insecurities, because every time those tests come, we write our name, turn it in, and quit. So I would tell my students, I'm going to give you the opportunity on Thursday to make up this pop quiz. It's going to have the same material, but it's going to be in a different format. Now, here's where it costs you everything. When you take a makeup exam, the stakes are higher. See, because when you get the pop quiz, and this is the first time you've heard of it, this is the first time that you've seen it, everybody is on the same playing field and everybody has the same opportunity to either do well or not do so well on the pop quiz. But when a test comes and you decide that all I can do is write my name and quit and tell the teacher, I don't like this, I don't want you to talk about me, I don't want to learn, I don't want to make better choices, and I say to you, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make this test up, it costs more. See, sometimes we neglect to think in our minds that if I run away from something, I won't ever have to face it again. But I'm telling you tonight, worthy women, every time you walk away from a test that you don't like, you can rest assured you're going to see that test again. And then some people would be like, well, this is ridiculous, because if God really loves me and if he really wants me to have a good life and he really wants me to be with so-and-so and he really wants me to have money, why would I repeat the test again? Because the only way that the maker knows that you have passed the test is that if you take the knowledge that you have learned, apply it to your life, and turn around and teach it to somebody else, so when that test hits their life, they're ready. I was like, oh, Father in heaven, this is only a test. So then I said, what's option 2? When a test enters your life, option 2 is to battle through and prove that you are ready. Isn't that exactly what we're doing with worthy women? Every single day, you are battling through to prove, not to anybody else, not even to God. You are proving to yourself that you are ready for whatever comes, ready for whomever comes. And then I thought to myself, I said, how is that the second option? And how is that option better than writing my name, turning it in, and throwing up the peace sign? And this is what I heard. When I select option 2 for a test, when I decide to battle through and prove that I live in a state of readiness. See, when you are a worthy woman, you live in a state of worthiness. You're not trying to figure out if you're worthy or not. You're not trying to figure out if you're valuable or not. The tests aren't coming to question what you already are. The tests are coming to see if you have applied what you've learned about who you already are. And so when you make a decision to battle through, to prove that you are ready, this is what I learned tonight about understanding that this is only a test. The victory is forever. Y'all, when you walk through a test, I don't care if you're crying. I don't care if you're screaming. I don't care if you have to stand in the closet. I don't care if you have to get on your face and ask God, are you serious right now? When you make a decision that this is only a test, you recognize that whether or not I understand everything that's occurring in my life right now, I only have one option, and that option is to battle through and prove that I live in a state of readiness. Because when I come out, see, this is what kids don't understand, but even adults don't understand this. And so I implore you tonight, worthy women, to understand that even when you are in a test, I want you to know tonight that the test doesn't last forever. And when the test is over, you guys, okay, when the test is over, victory guides you forward. I was sitting tonight listening to that music. This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. Remember, this is only a test. And then it started playing that stupid, I was just like, this thing is so annoying. And what happens when we are in a test that we didn't anticipate and we weren't prepared for, we get distracted because all we hear is the noise of no money, the noise of no job, the noise of no insurance, the noise of breaking up, the noise of being alone, the noise of being sad, the noise of being depressed. And we forget that it's only a test. It's not your whole life. It's not even going to be your life 15 minutes from now. You guys, this is only a test. So tonight, oh Father in heaven, tonight, I want you to recognize that you don't have two options anymore. You have one option. And that option is you are going to battle through and take everything that you have learned from every previous test and every previous pop quiz, and you are going to apply that knowledge to the test you are currently in. You are going to battle through until you answer every question that's on that test. And when you get up and turn that test in, you will have the victory forever. Because you have to know that this is only a test. Yo, I don't even know what to say. That's all I'm gonna say for tonight. I just want you to understand you are not alone in whatever test you are in right now. It's only a test. It's not the end. It is not the end. It is only a test. Only a test. So I want to pray for us tonight, because there's been a lot of things that have happened this week. Some people lost parents, some people got sick. And I want to pray that you guys would remember that this is only a test. And you have the choice to write your name and battle through, because the victory is forever. So Father, tonight I pray for every worthy woman that is in this group. I pray for each of us, because I know we are all in the midst of some test. But more than that, I pray that you help us to remember that it is only a test. And that as soon as we recognize that we are prepared, that we are worthy, that we are valued, that we are strong, that we are capable, that we can, that we will stand up, battle through, and press on to the victory that is forever. I pray that you visit each and every worthy woman, so they know that this too is only a test. It is in your Son, Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen and amen. Listen, I love y'all so much. Remember, this is only a test. I'll see you again next Wednesday.